My name is Kate Reed and I am head of the PD curriculum here at Uffculme School and also a science teacher. So personal development is sometimes known as PSHE. So we call it personal development here, and it kind of hints in the name really. It's about developing our students in terms of their personal skills and their choices and making sure that they have an education around staying safe and being happy both at school but also when they leave school. So we've been really fortunate here and they've always had a real focus on personal development. And up to about 4 years ago, we mainly focused on Key Stage 3. And it's an hour a week on their timetable. It's currently on a Tuesday, lesson 5. So they stop all of their other subjects and they just focus on the PD curriculum. And that's through year 7s, 8 and 9. But actually about 4 years ago, we switched it so that it also covers Key Stage 4, because some of the choices that our young people are making then is actually when they need that education. It's very age-appropriate content, so whilst it's a spiral curriculum, so they might learn about kind of relationships in year 7, and we might look at friendships, etc. Obviously, as they go through the year groups, and we build on that and make it more age-appropriate. So in Key Stage 4, they still have a Tuesday lesson 5. And it is a mixture between PD and private study. But what we have agreed, because we recognise that they've got exams, is that we front load the curriculum. So often in year 10 and 11, a lot of their PD curriculum will be before Christmas. And then after that, it will be spread out periodically as and when we believe messages need to be filtered down to those kids. So yeah, it's very much every lesson on a Tuesday for Key Stage 3. And then on Key Stage 4, it's kind of as and when needed, but front loaded to before Christmas. Okay, so we look very much around, well, it can be anything. It's a really wide spectrum. So we have it under 3 main areas. So it's living in the wider world. So they will look at some kind of the economy. They look in their role in society, like citizenship. They also look at in terms of like the environment, all of those things. Then we also look at staying healthy. That covers not just physical health but mental health as well. And then also it's about their personal development, so in terms of kind of their choices and their thinking. So it's under those 3 main arms. So I lead the programme as head of the curriculum, but then I have a direct link into Katie Frankham, and that actually works really well because of, as well with her HSB, harmful sexual behaviours content that she's picked up as well. So a lot of our education comes down the arm. So I will lead it and I will support our members of staff, but it's every tutor and some also additional people, it's part of their timetable lessons. So every member of staff in this school will be delivering PD curriculum either in a designated lesson, but it's also worth remembering that it's not just in the Tuesday lesson 5, that actually it touches all aspects of our school life. That would be from assemblies, that would be from workshops, that would be across even just every subject. So every member of staff at the school has kind of a responsibility or a link into delivering that curriculum. It's really important that we feel as a school, when we kind of champion this, that actually for PD lessons they can sometimes take a very different kind of less didactic type teaching. So it's very much discussion based. Some teachers will do it, they'll have the learning objectives, what they need those students to cover in that kind of scheme of work, but actually how they deliver that is entirely down to the member staff that's in front of them. And we do really encourage, so they don't have books. Some members of staff will give booklets out because that's how they want to teach it, but it's not a standard curriculum subject in that way. So there's a lot more in-group work, they've got pieces of papers out, they've got post-it notes, they're sharing their ideas, they're having discussions, and it's a very safe environment. Whenever we do any personal development lesson, at the start of the lesson is our ground rules. And it's very much a respect each other, don't, laugh at what anybody else is saying. It's a very much a safe space, which is why it's really nice in year 7 that for the year 7 carousel, they stay in their tutor groups, because that strengthens that relationship with their tutor and each other through the year. When it gets in year 8 and year 9, they still in their tutor groups for their PD lessons on a Tuesday, but the members of staff teaching them will rotate. So it's it's kind of got a different spin, and also sometimes we have external speakers in. It's really important for some of those messages that actually they don't just hear it from a member of staff in front of them, that there's other people from our wider community that come in and deliver those content lessons as well. And we also have for year 10, we have a year 10 safety day, which is where all year 10, normally in the summer term after their exams, they're all off timetable for the day. And that's very much around drug and alcohol awareness, around kind of consent, around we do water safety leading up to the summer, and also river swimming. We do first aid, and then last year for the first time, which the students really loved, is we had somebody from Exeter Martial Arts Academy come in and we did self-defense lessons, and they loved it. So the feedback from that is always really good. Part of my job, and working really closely with Katie Frankham, is making sure that it stays current, because there's absolutely no point in a member of staff kind of they're teaching content that's from a few years old, and because of the type of things that our students want to discuss, actually it has to stay current, what's in the news. So, you know, we make a choice as a school, for example, around the Black Lives Matter, around Andrew Tate, around those things that are happening in the news that we're aware of, that actually, hang on, we need to kind of support our students in education. I am a really strong believer in the fact as well that it's a space in our PD curriculum which is allowing our students to share their ideas. And like with anything, if you tell a 4-year-old don't touch that, it's hot, then actually what the 4-year-old will do is go and do that. So we do it in a very much a way of, this is the education, this is this person or these people, this is the information on that, as I've said. But actually at the end of the day, it's giving them the tools so then they can make the choices. We don't tell them what to do, we just open their kind of world to the wider world really, and let them make sensible choices, hopefully, later in life. We have a kind of close link with the assembly rota again, so we cover there. So for example, and where there's national campaigns, like next week is, in February, is the Schools Mental Health Week. So where there's a national campaign like that, or Anti-Bullying Week, or any of those other kind of key initiatives that we drop, that's our focus for the week, and it's school-wide, so year 10 and 11 would be on that. We'd have assemblies on it, we'd have a PD lesson on it, we'd have tutor time on it. And then sometimes as well, like for drama, there's cross-curricular there. So we have, like as I said about the 10 Safety Day and the drug awareness, we also, like this year, Emma Croft is picking up on one of the drama performances they're doing is very much around drug awareness and making those safe choices, and she's using a play and some of our students are auditioning for that. So it's the enrichment stuff comes with other subjects as well. And as I said, there's the workshops and things like that, and there's visits from extra people coming in. Part of my remit now as well is also I pick up some of the careers. And so under there as well, and that links into John Roberts. So I'm working with Sally Trump, our careers advisor. So we're just in a place there where we're getting data from all of our parents and carers or contacts, getting all that together, and we'll get them in and getting them talking to the students. So I suppose for the wider curriculum, it's trying to get other people into school so that they can hear the messages from different people, really. I think, just to summarise it really, I think the PD curriculum is the curriculum in school which I think I started with, which is around, it's giving the students the space in school. Now we're really fortunate in terms of our parent and carer support, and that actually there are so many of our students that can have those conversations with other grown-ups in their lives. But for some of our students, actually this is the only place that they can have that dialogue. And I'm really passionate about allowing our students to have that space. And just giving them that education so that they can later on in life, if they are in a situation that happens, then actually maybe they will remember something that they've learned and then they will be safe. And it's about just making them happier people, really.